Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of That's Wild with Tegan. What's wild this week is that I had my first cry in like 5 months. And that sounds like a very long time, and it is a very long time, but for me that's not a very long time because I don't really cry. It's not my outlet of emotion. It's not my choice of outlet of emotion. I don't know why. I just can't like ever feel sad and be in the moment and just cry. I just don't. I hold it together and I put on a smile and I get on with my day. And then I forget what I was feeling. Or I feel happy again, so I just like don't bother crying. But yesterday I had a cry, and even in the moment of crying I was like trying not to cry, but I was also like, yeah girl, let it out. Like, you enjoy this moment of crying because it's literally not going to happen for another 6 months. So I had a cry, and I actually it felt very good after, well, like probably like 2 hours afterwards. It felt very nice to have had to let go of all that emotion and just had a good cry. But the only reason that I actually did cry is because someone happened to call me and ask me how I was in the moment where shit hit the fan. And you know, like with a child or with anyone, like if you kind of brush over the emotion or brush over the action of whatever happened, then they won't cry. But if you ask them like, oh, are you okay? And they'll start bawling. So it was like, it just happened to be one of those moments where someone called me literally 5 minutes after shit hit the fan and I fucked up. And it was just really stressful because I was trying to reorganise everything and get it all sorted out. And it was big, well, one thing that I find really stressful in life is admin, which is really ironic because I'm an admin. Like, my job is admin, but my personal admin and my life admin and my sport admin, I tend to not be so good at. And this year I really wanted to like get on top of everything, be really ultra prepared, have everything done early. So I did that. I spent my whole January doing admin prep for the rest of the year, and somehow I still fucked it up. And so basically shit hit the fan, and I had an email basically saying that I got the wrong date for something. So I then had to rearrange everything and rearrange everyone, and it's so much hassle, and I hate admin and I hate causing any stress to anyone else and like having them rearrange their day and their life. I hate it. So I was in that moment of just absolute stress and got a phone call, and I thought, I already know that he's gonna ask me, how are you? How's your day? And as soon as I answered the phone I just started crying because I was like, I can't even talk to you right now. And I mean, he was very good about it. Normally he would panic and come to me immediately, which he did try to do, but I told him not to because I wanted to be alone. But he actually handled the situation much better than what he has previously, so that was nice. But yeah, I basically just cried my eyes out because I was like, I was just really annoyed with myself, the fact that I tried so hard to get it right and I still fucked it up. So well, gosh, thankfully I was able to get it all sorted and rearranged, and like it wasn't actually that stressful, and my head did kind of over escalate the feeling of what it felt like in that moment. But yeah, it was just really nice to actually have a cry about it because I rarely cry, and my mum thinks that it's because of like when you have cerebral palsy, or my type of cerebral palsy, your muscles are so tight and you hold on to everything. You hold on to tension, you hold on to muscles, everything's really tight, and I find it very hard to relax and let go. So she thinks that's the reason why I struggle to cry, because it is like the feeling of letting go and being like really vulnerable and loose and like releasing your feelings. And she thinks that because of my disability, that's why I really struggle to cry, which she could be right. And then I also say that everyone that I met with CP has like this happy gene where like we're all just like innately happy all the time, and it's rare that you meet someone with CP that is like an angry or negative person. So I just think it's in my DNA to be happy as much as I am, and that's why I also struggle with like negative emotions. But for some reason the last like 5 years has just hit me with all of the negative emotions at once, and I don't know what to do with myself. So we're learning how to be emotional as a 20, well, in my 20s. I'm learning how to feel emotions for the first time, and I hate it. I really hate it, but there's nothing that I can do about it other than get on with life and learn how to deal with it. I did get a punching bag, which has proven useful for anger. My mum got me a punching bag for my birthday last year because I really struggle to like feel angry, or when I do feel angry I don't know what to do with the anger. So I was like, Mum, I just need to like break something, or I need to like get angry and punch a wall or something. But obviously I don't actually want to injure myself. So she got me a punching bag and punching gloves for my birthday. And I've used it a few times and it's very useful, and I really want to get them, but it sounds really horrible, but you know when someone really pisses you off, I really want to like print out their face and put it on the punching bag and then just go ham. And cause I feel like that would be the greatest way to release anger, just like see their face and just go at them. Cause like I can't do that in real life, so I might as well do it in the comfort of my own home. But I have yet to do that, so. But I don't know, I might, because people are really irritating me these days. But yeah, that's what's been wild this week, in that I had a good cry and a good panic and managed to not, well, it actually only lasted like 2 hours, which for me is good. That's good for me to then see the brighter side and be like, okay, I can solve this situation. I feel like maybe like a few months ago that panic would have lasted like probably like 4 days. It would have been like a week of my heart rate being 130 beats per minute for a week, and I managed to get that down to only a few hours. So that is an achievement for me. And one other thing that I was thinking about is, you know, well, I feel like there's no way that every human on the planet is the same, or their mind think the same way. I think everyone's kind of on a spectrum of some sort, like with the ADHDs and the autisms, and like, I feel like everyone's somewhere on a spectrum, because there's no way that everyone can be the same or works the same way. But I was listening to this podcast about this girl that had ADHD, but she had ADHD in the opposite way. So like, the way that I've always known ADHD is someone that mind is like non-stop, thinks non-stop, and they can't really get clarity in their head, or they can't focus on one thing at a time and they get distracted. That's how I thought ADHD was. But there's another type of ADHD where you basically, your mind is like paralyzed, or like your mind and your body is paralyzed, so you have all these sorts of like things that you could do, or like you should be doing, but your mind is just stopping you from actually getting up and doing it. So, and I think that's like the same thing as bed rotting, which is like become a common thing now. But I think people with this type of ADHD is kind of where bed rotting started, because you have an absurd amount of things that you have to do, but you can't focus enough to do it. But because you can't focus enough to do it, you can't get out of bed to even try. That, I relate to that, because I really struggle every morning to like actually get up and feel motivated and want to get on with the list of things that I have to do. And it is like a constant battle in my mind and in my body. And I think because I got cerebral palsy, it doesn't help, because my body's always worse earlier in the day. So if I wake up and my body already hurts, I don't want to get up. Like I really don't. I'd rather stay in bed. But it's really hard to like combine the mind and the body to like actually get up and be motivated. But I say this because I know as an athlete that I should be in the gym and training a lot more than what I am. So I've been trying to figure out a plan to get me in the gym and to get me motivated to go to the gym, because despite what I say, once I'm in there, I actually don't mind. It's more just getting in there and getting like through the door. But my plan originally was to go early morning before work, but I really struggled to, one, get up and feel motivated to go to the gym, and then two, my body isn't really gym ready that early in the morning. I can do stretches, I can do stretches or like very slow moving workouts, but I can't like push how I would like to. So I can set an alarm for like 5:30, 6. I could physically get out of bed and think, no, I just can't. I can't put myself through that. And I don't know what to do about that, but so my only other option is to go either at midday or in the evening. But then in the evening, it's super busy, and I don't like it, because even though I'm not very self-conscious, I feel like gyms is where I am self-conscious, because it is kind of like I walk in and everyone looks at me. And then whenever I'm trying to do a workout, it's like people are always staring. And when it is a gym full of people, like full to the point where I'm having to wait to even use anything, then I just feel like I get too self-conscious to even want to be there. So I try not to go at rush hour, because that's just not the time for me. So midday or like before 3 is a good time. But then obviously I'm at work most of the week, so I can't do those days of the week. And then on the other days of the week that I don't work, I usually ride, and I don't normally train and ride on the same day, because I feel like that it exerts my body. So it's very hard to find a slot to go to the gym. But I feel like my only option is that early morning slot. But I just need to get motivated and get like a kick up my arse to actually want to do it and like to go and do it. But it's so hard. I don't understand how people get up at like 5 in the morning and go to the gym and work out and feel good. I don't get it. But the thing is, after a gym session, I do feel good. But another reason why I think I have this ADHD thing is because my brain thinks about every task ahead of me. So like, I don't just think, and this might be a cerebral palsy thing, it might be a disability thing, but the girl also said about this in the podcast, about how her brain works. But like, okay, I was gonna say a normal person, but no one's normal, so someone else that is a gym goer will get up and go to the gym and then come home and get ready to start their day. My brain thinks about, okay, I have to get up, I have to get dressed, I have to go to the gym, I have to walk into the gym, I have to do a workout, and then I have to drive back home, and then I have to shower, and then I have to get changed again, and then I have to do my hair, do my makeup, whatever, and then I have to have breakfast, and then my brain just sees an ultra long to-do list that is only made longer because I have to go to the gym. And so my brain just thinks, let's just make that list shorter and let's just not go to the gym. Or what I do is I do gym at home, so I don't have to drive, and I don't really have to get changed twice because I'll just do it in my pajamas. So that shortens the list in my head, and that's the way that my brain works. But then I also feel guilty because I'm paying for a membership at the gym and I'm not using it enough. And I really want to figure out a way that I can make this gym work and my schedule in the week, and to just not feel exhausted for having done riding, gym and work, because that's really hard. What am I gonna say? Methods, no. Sum. Equation? I don't know. I think what I was gonna say was that's a really hard equation to solve. But in my head that now sounds wrong, so I don't know. But yeah, that's what I've been thinking about. Ooh, and another thing that I did this week, which I actually probably was a waste of my time, but I still did it anyway because I'd rather do things that are small and rewarding than really big tasks that I just can't be asked to do. And I have 6 really big tasks on my list that I'm currently doing, and I just can't even look at them. So I'm doing small things to make myself feel better for actually doing something. But one thing that I did that I think I might have said that I was doing was I put frames on my wall probably 6 months ago, and they're all empty, but I never know what to put in a frame because I don't really like committing to one thing. So what I did was I created my own artwork and I got it printed and I put it in there myself, because then I thought I can't really get mad at it because it's not expensive, it's not overwhelming, and I get to choose what it says or what it looks like. And I think it actually turned out really cute. I've still got 2 more frames to fill, but I kind of already know what I'm going to put in them, which is nice. And then I have to figure out how to put them back on the wall, because I took them off this morning to put in the artwork, put them back on the wall, but now they look like they're not in the right place. So I feel like they are either hung differently or hung in the wrong place, and I'm not quite sure how I managed to do that, but I'm gonna have to figure it out because it now looks a bit like the spacing is wrong, so I need to figure that out, how I actually hung it wrong for the second time. But that was a really good hack, I think, is just to make my own artwork, or to find something online that you really like and print it out yourself. Because one thing that I really struggle with is to commit to any artwork or any art piece that is going to permanently live in my house, or especially artwork. I love artwork and I love artists, but I find it really hard to choose one to commit to put in the house forever. Because I feel like once you buy a piece of art, it is art that you should keep forever, because art is an investment. It's not like an everyday piece of work. It's something that you invest your money into. and I don't want to do that right now, so I just thought I'm going to make my own. So that's what I did, but I actually quite like the way that it's turning out, but I got to finish the other two, which again is a task on my small to-do list that I will probably do first before my big to-do list, but it makes me smile. And actually what I did yesterday is, instead of watching TV last night, I painted for the first time in like forever. I went to a sip and paint on Sunday, so a few days ago, and during that, well, after that we get to take home the artwork, and I just felt like I wasn't done. I felt like it needed some more little touches to it, so last night I got out my paints, which I've literally not seen in probably 10 years, and I added some more to it, and it turned out really cute. I will insert a picture here for those that are watching, but I still got some things to do. I need to do like the sky, and I need to redo the grass, because I don't know how to paint grass, but then I also realised that art is subjective, so that it doesn't actually matter whether it looks realistic or not, it's only whether I like it or not. So pardon me, I might add some more grass, and I will add something to the sky, but I also feel like you need something in the middle, but I don't know. But it was a very fun time, a very fun way to be creative and to like use my time in the evening and decompress and like turn my phone off, turn my laptop off, and I just had on. I actually was watching Big Brother because JoJo's on it this year, and I find her really fascinating, so I thought I'd watch it in the background. But yeah, I enjoyed my evening, and I feel like tonight I'm either going to try and finish one of my big tasks or add more to the painting, which, you know what, I might have time to do both. So we're going to put it into the universe that I'm going to end up doing both, because the big tasks need to get done. They really do. They really do. But I will do anything to avoid the big tasks. It's so much work and I hate it, but it got to be done. So yeah, that's how my week's gone. Ooh, there was something else actually that I wanted to say. I wanted to tell you guys about this new artist that I found. I found her a few weeks ago. I can't remember if I've said it in the podcast before, but I found this artist on TikTok. She's on SoundCloud and Spotify and everything else. But she's called Erin LeCount, and she has the most beautiful voice. She is a female producer as well, so she produces and creates her own music, which I find so cool, because I feel like if I had a musical ear, like if I understood music, I feel like I would be a really good music producer. So I find it really interesting and fascinating seeing female producers and like how they actually build the song and like make it and add layers. I find it really interesting. So I found her on TikTok maybe a few weeks ago or a few days ago. I don't know. I feel like I literally listened to her song probably 10 times a day since I found her. But her album comes out in I think 7 days, and it's not long. But did I say her name? Her name's Erin LeCount. And yeah, she has the most angelic voice, and her writing and her production and everything is just so cool. So if you haven't heard about equestrianism, because her album drops soon and it's really good, and I can't wait to actually be able to hear it and to hopefully go see her live, because I feel like watching her create the music in front of me will be so amazing and angelic and beautiful. And I absolutely love hearing music live, and music like rushing through my body is like the best feeling, so can't wait for that. I also very broken music. Actually, it's not broken, but not all of you might know. But if you've heard of K1, then you will know that she released a song recently, and it's also Chef's Kiss. And do you know what I love? I love that. I played it for my mum, thinking like she might have some comments, she might have some thoughts. But she was just like, yeah, this song is sick. And she was there jamming away to it. And I was like, see, that is why you're my mum. Because you have no question to ask. And I love it. But that's also a song that you should listen to again. It's really good. Anyway, I think that's the end of this episode. I'm gonna go home and do my workout at home. Lucky me. And probably try and do one of those big tasks. Because I have to start it at some point. So, thank you all for listening. Don't forget to leave a comment on anything that you want me to talk about in future. And I will be getting a few more guests on after my competition, which is in 2 weeks. So after my competition, I will be getting more guests on. I'm also gonna do a competition vlog, maybe? We'll see. So keep an eye out for that. And yeah, thanks for listening. See you next week.